When programming, it is not uncommon to have similar changes to apply to many different files. It can be quite boring, but as we are working mainly with text files, this can be automated easily. Here I have 3 files. 2 of them are really basic shell scripts. The third one is a typical license file, and I want to insert the license text on top of each script file. Of course, it would be great if the year and copyright holder were replaced by actual values instead of placeholders. This is clearly a work for SAID, the stream editor. SAID is a standard Unix tool to filter and transform the content of a text file. Most, if not all, you can do by hand using a text editor. You can program it using SAID. This includes inserting text, deleting lines, or performing substitutions. Speaking of substitutions, this is exactly what I need to replace my placeholders by actual values. First, let's replace the year placeholder. And we can do the same for the copyright holder. In addition, shell commands must have a number sign at the start of each line. So let's do that change and store the output in the new file. You've probably noticed I used the substitution command to insert text at the start of an existing line. But SAID does support plain insert and append commands too. For example, I can use them to add a new empty command line before and after the license text. Finally, I don't really need those dashed lines around the license text. So let's get rid of them using the delete command. Now I have that license file properly formatted, which is ready for inclusion in each script. In that particular case, that means I want the license to be read and inserted after the first line of each script. And here we are! In this little introduction, I gave you an overview of the most common SAID features. Once again, it might seem overcomplicated when you have only 1 or 2 files to change. But if you have many files to deal with, or if you apply the same changes on some files on a regular basis, it could be a real time saver. Anyway, I hope that little introduction to SAID gave you an idea of the power behind that command, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to this channel.